Alright, my name is Margaret. I'm going to give a presentation of my second part of the presentation. I was talking about sexual abuse, that was my topic, and my second main point was the effects of sexual abuse. To start with, I would like to start with post-traumatic stress disorder. That is a condition that occurs from prolonged depression, anxiety, and fear. A lot of victims do tend to suffer fear and anxiety because they watch around their surrounding a lot. They don't tend to trust anybody, and with that, dealing with that for a long period of time ends up to be post-traumatic stress disorder. I also want to talk about substance abuse. A lot of these victims actually do use that as a scapegoat. Either they engage themselves in alcohol, or they can also engage themselves with drugs. Either way, that choice that they make, we know that is not good for them, and it will be good for us to help them deal with the situation as opposed to abusing drugs. We also have victims that actually try to deal with their stress by body injury or self-harm. That actually they try to cut themselves, or even suicide. Some of them try even to commit suicide. Those are the major effects that come with sexual abuse. Also, let us not forget about pregnancy, which can occur at any time as long as you're of age. And for us to even think that you have this product, I know kids are beautiful, they are blessing, but you have to learn how to adapt to the situation that every time you see this baby, you relate that baby to something else. We need to help our victims also deal with that. They also have a risk of getting sexually transmitted diseases. And it is very important that once we have victims or we identify victims of sexual abuse, we are able to offer them health facility or health advice so that they can go and be checked up. And they also go through a lot of sleep disorders because they have a lot of dreams and flashbacks that come. They keep dreaming and remembering about what happened to them. That is also an effect. And also they do have eating disorder, which could range from either overeating to deal with their stress and then they gain weight, or undereating to deal with their stress and then they lose weight. And in conclusion, I would like to talk about a few things that we can do to either reduce the rates of victims, or at least we can help the victims we know in our society. One of them would be training, education, and creating awareness. All these things put together, if we can create awareness in our homes and in schools in particular and workplaces, would actually reduce the number of victims significantly, because a lot of people would know what to watch out for and what to do and what not to do, and that would help us reduce the number of victims who have been sexually abused. I also want to talk about support, and it is very important for us to have resources set aside to help these victims, either to take them to the hospital. They should have guidance and counseling to help them cope with the whole situation, and also they should have some kind of financial or educational support that would help them stabilize and get situated into starting a new whole life. And with that being said, it is also very important for us to have the laws that will protect our victims, and even more important to have the offenders put away so that our victims can feel safe. Thank you very much.